Yes, I am here with the principal of Cedar Ridge Elementary. We are in this winter wonderland, but we want to show you guys where we're standing. You've been dressing up as an elf. This is the last full day of school. So this is your last hiding spot today. Where are we right now? We're going to do a big reveal. Okay.
We are on the roof of Cedar Ridge.
This is one of the many sights and sounds you will be able to see when you go out to Westfest. Here she comes, Allie Kadlubar, dancing over to the microphone. Allie.
It is so much fun. I mean, check this out. This is the West Junior Historians. We have some from the West High School right now, but we also have some who did this 50 years ago. Yeah, good morning, you guys. We can see that crews are still monitoring the fire. I see people out there investigating. The fire marshal is out here. They moved us further back the street with a police tape blocking the scene. We can see that there's steam still coming from this fire. And I'm also seeing, you can see this line of icicles behind me. They're getting smaller and smaller by the hour.
What are the neighbors saying right now out there?
Well, they're witnessing the crew de Kadlubar over here, because I'm parading through this Central Texans front yard right now because she loved Mardi Gras so much in the carnival season that she brought it to her front yard, but she also wanted to do a bit more. You can kind of still see right now that those lights kind of flickering. It kind of looks like flickering lights. Those are still flames. This is still very much an active scene right now. It used to be just a full building, and now we can see that it is just a total loss, completely burned to the ground as it still continues to do this morning. But I am seeing the setup behind me. I'm seeing what looks like a stage, gates, and stands. They're getting all set up for the event tomorrow. Now, right down the road, about 3 minutes away on Airport Road, is Lakeshore Bar. Now, they say this kind of event is so rare for the area, and they're preparing for, well, just about anybody and anything.
Tennis ball, it's a pickleball. Allie, what's the difference?
And so pickleball is actually a combination of tennis, badminton, and ping pong. No pickles involved here, just paddles and wiffle balls. And so it actually is getting a lot of buzz here in Central Texas, so much buzz that at Waco Regional Fitness and Tennis Center, they transformed their tennis courts into pickleball courts. Yes, good morning. So yeah, later today, MCC Board of Trustees will be reviewing this plan right here, discussing the fate of Highlander Ranch, whether to sell it or keep it and invest more in it. And so,
how can residents utilize this new program and take it to the heights that you are?
yes, I just found out how to use all of the different parts of this scooter. Yeah, a lot of people, you can see these scooters throughout the downtown and East Waco areas. It's available to all visitors, but the city is really emphasizing that residents use these scooters for transportation as well. So yeah, we can see this gaping hole still here. You know, crews were out here all morning assessing the damages, starting that cleanup process. We have a great morning out here with the Temple High School band. This is their 100th year of practicing, of performing. It is a big year for them. And yeah, you guys, they are beating the heat this morning. The sun's not even out. They are here performing. I'm here at Academy ISD's football field. It looks like a normal lighting system here, but when they see this, it'll be a brand new light show. And this year, Academy ISD's football team is hoping to steal the show with their plays, but also now with this multicolored brand new light show. Just as you said, traffic is flowing normally right here on I-35 North. That's north of Nugent Avenue. This is the first time it's flowed normally since 2:30 this morning. That's when Temple PD says a woman was struck and killed by a car. Now you're about to see a little bit earlier in the morning just what this scene looks like, what took so long to reopen I-35 North. They're saying good morning, Pete and Megan. This morning we are joined by Kitty and Kika. Pete, so I'm actually just pulling up my mic for you guys on the pulley system. All right, there we go. I got it. That is so cool. Okay, so yeah, that's just one of the many things in this tree house, and it's huge. And it all started when the Hetland family were shut inside during the pandemic lockdown. 100. Just lifting more than Pete does daily, 10 pounds. But anyways, I'm here in the weight room slash cardio room here in Greater Waco YMCA. They just opened their brand new renovations here. This was one of the many features that they renovated, but I want you to take a look. We are ice skating our way through the North Pole. Yes, right here in Central Texas. The Extraco Event Center is preparing all things North Pole and all things Palooza for this holiday season. Let's take a look. Driving around the China Spring area, you'll notice the obvious aftermath from the storm, like the branches and leaves you see scattered across streets and driveways. But there are certain damages you may want to keep an eye on, as the softball-sized hail's impact may not be as evident as you think. Today, blue tarps cover hail-busted windshields. Tree branches have fallen on roadways, and small but problematic splotches appear on roofs.
So a lot of the issues that you're going to see are these black spots. They're just where the hail hits the shingles, impacts the matting. It's going to cause some discoloration.
Contractor Ben Craig says these faint black splotches means the home needs a new roof. He tells me in addition to the obvious broken windows and shattered windshields, people should also be looking out for speckled fences.
What happens, the hail comes,
dented wind turbines, and random holes in sheds or play sets. He says it's important to spot these damages and file insurance claims immediately. Because the dings or spots may not seem severe, they could cause major issues in the future.
Because if you look behind you and everything else, I can see black spots everywhere. People are missing windows, missing shingles. That can cause leaks. I'm always going to recommend to file a claim at that point after a big storm, anything above an inch hail, and depending on the age of the roof.
Craig says he's already helped multiple customers start filing claims, and if you're waiting to file a claim until after that predicted storm runs through tomorrow night, you may want to think again. He says the faster you file, the faster you get your damages repaired. In China Spring, Kadlubar, KWTX News 10. We all saw a boom in food delivery services, especially during the pandemic. Its expansion to small towns has not only been a convenience for people, but helped those who really need it. Now, Favor, a popular delivery service, left Marlin. Like many of us, Angela Mack uses food delivery service apps every week.
To get something to eat or like simple store runs for necessities.
And Mac actually depends on these apps.
I'm not able to drive anymore, being that I'm disabled. So services like this are important to people like me.
She recently tried to place an order for groceries with Favor Delivery, but this message popped up.
They literally said they're no longer servicing the area.
In a recent statement to KWTX, Favor says, quote, "We make the decision to close operations in certain markets where our users' needs have shifted over time." They did not respond to further questions regarding why they left the area, but driver Dustin Ulmer, who delivers in Waco and recently started serving Marlin, says he got a similar email.
A week later, Favor's like, "Peace, we're bailing out of Marlin." I'm like, wait, what?
He says he and other drivers say it's not as profitable there.
In Marlin, I was probably averaging about 3 to 5 orders a day. I can average out probably 15 orders a day in Waco.
However, Ulmer realizes that people in Marlin need these kinds of delivery services.
I am starting a delivery service out there.
Even small businesses like Trigger Bear Coffee says it would really help them stay in the small community.
We really can't afford our own delivery driver yet. So being able to deliver would really increase our sales and help us be able to afford to stay in this small town.
As for Mac, she's nervous for what Favor's departure means for other services in Marlin.
I don't know what I'm going to do if they leave.
As for DoorDash, the media representative says as far as she knows, the company does not have plans to leave Marlin at this time. I've spoken to a lot of people here in West that were here just as that explosion happened, and each story that they tell me is just as miraculous and unbelievable as the next. But they also remember the destruction, the pain, the loss of the 15 lives that we can see engraved in this memorial. But they also remember how they came together and they overcame this tragedy.
I had been to Korea. I've heard some loud blasts, but I have never heard a blast that loud.
a blast that people of West can still hear today. 10 years later, the memories flood back to people in West as they meet for their routine cup of coffee at Slovacek's. Surrounded by friends, Willie Zaharniak remembers it like it was yesterday.
And it looked like a war zone.
He lived right down the road from the explosion.
Well, everything that we had in our house was destroyed.
It was just a big pile and lumber.
The scene of the aftermath is still vivid in his mind.
You had highway patrols with their lights on. You had all the law enforcement around. You had helicopters up in the air.
We need every ambulance we can get this way. A bomb just went off inside here. It's pretty bad.
Robert Payne was working as a volunteer firefighter at the time when he went to the scene to help put out the fire.
They tell me that I was actually the closest to the explosion that actually survived the explosion. I was knocked out.
To some, the 15 lives lost that day are just a number. But to the West community, they were neighbors, friends, family, and heroes. They remember Buck Upmore, who was trying to save animals from the fire.
We just got through working on my fence at my house, on our place. And anyway, we laughed and talked and everything, and that's the last time I thought of it.
And Joey Puściowski, who was one of the first firefighters on scene.
She raised that one boy, Joey Puściowski.
In this town, it is a family.
That's just 2 of the 15 whose lives they'll never forget. And even today, as they lose survivors of the tragedy, the pain resurfaces.
Then this week we lost one of our best buddies out here, Eddie Hickle.
Volunteer firefighter Eddie Hickle could often be seen sitting around the table with them at Slovacek's. Now, he survived the explosion, but just died in the line of duty. They say it's reopened their wounds.
All that together is, coming back.
But with it, the good memories are coming back too. The traumatic event brought their small Czech community closer together.
And that's what this town's all about. If anybody's in trouble, we're going to be there to help them.
Everybody comes running.
Everybody comes to help you.
Yeah.
It took a village to get the town to where it is today.
We have got new businesses here now. We have a McDonald's and a Starbucks, which is a big thing for us. So I think the council we have now is working on new streets, new businesses in town, and just taking care of things with the money that we have.
They continue to come to terms with the fact that it will never look the same.
The town is the same, but it's different in a better way.
And when people drive through the town, they may not even realize something of this magnitude left the city in shambles. But if you look closely, you'll find the city still mourns at the memorial, and you'll see new homes, new schools, and many bright things to come. It's been a trying decade, but clinging to their faith, they overcame the strenuous recovery. Reporting in West, Kadlubar, KWTX News 10. So this is Michael Montag. We can see he loves baseball. He's a 5th grader at South Bosque Elementary. He tells me he's full of energy. And as of recently, he's enjoyed making TikToks. But that's because now his battle takes him off the field. And his crowd in the stands is now cheering him on in a different way.
When we got the diagnosis that he was sick, obviously anybody who gets that kind of news, it hits you as a ton of bricks on you.
When Michael was diagnosed with cancer in late August, it was tough on him and his family. That's when his parents took to Facebook to ask for the community's prayers.
Like, people are praying for me and hoping I get better.
It's been incredible to have such support rallying behind us.
But it doesn't stop there. Michael is also documenting his journey on TikTok.
Welcome to my crib.
We can see him making a tough moment, shaving his long blonde hair into something fun, as his friend Roman shaved his head with Michael in support.
As I know how much Michael liked his hair, and it kind of just showed him not to be scared.
Michael's parents, Gretchen and Walter Montag, says he's always wanted to be an influencer, so now he's using the platform to have some fun on the good days and bad days.
The first 30 days were really, really hard. It helped to, whenever we had a chance, and to help him to make these videos.